All right, so we're going to go through 5 habits of successful men, the type of habits you will need to become successful or maintain success if you have got there already. So, number 1 would be take action. Now, this is something that I tell people all the fucking time, and it's probably the main problem that I see with especially young men taking action. They're scared of being judged for starting a business, for starting new hobbies such as martial arts or working out, things like this. They're just sort of scared to take action. They're scared of what other people will think. And obviously, if you want to be successful, you cannot give a fuck what anyone actually thinks about your habits or what you do on a daily basis.
No, exactly that. Because a lot of people, they don't want to just make that step because they're scared of being judged. And at the end of the day, if you get judged by these low life mates, then it's pointless being even mates with them.
Yep.
So you might as well just take the action. If they take the piss at you, then they're not your mates.
Yep.
But if they don't and they support you, then that's potentially someone that could help you in the future. And you should start building a closer bond with them because you're always going to need people to cooperate with to be able to progress in life, to be effective at work. You need support around you. You can't always do it single-handedly. So taking action is extremely important because a lot of people, they just procrastinate for fucking months,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's stupid. It's
Like
so stupid.
if you want to achieve something, the only person that's going to fucking achieve it is you. You
Yeah.
can't just sit about waiting for it to sort of happen or wait for the right time to do it. Oh, I'll do it next week. I'll do it January the 1st, like as a New Year's resolution or whatever. It's like, no, just fucking do it now.
And even if you can't do the main task or the overall part of that mission or objective you want to do, you can always do like the follow-up things, so like get a bit of planning, get a bit of like scripting maybe, or rehearsing some sales skills or whatever the fuck you want to do. Just some sort of background things that are going to help you with that main objective. Then it's going to like slowly build you up to it rather than just jumping straight in. And that's, yeah, just take the fucking first step, whether that's practicing the external things that are going to help with the main task, or just jumping straight into the main task. Either or, it's going to be good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, another one. So number 2, work out regularly. Now, this is obviously very close to your heart, of
Yeah.
course. Working out regularly and just generally being fit and active will just help with so much brain function, like not just for looking good and having muscles or whatever, but actually helps you with your brain. It has so many health benefits. If you're just sitting behind a desk getting fat, then you're going to die very, very early in life. So you won't be successful for very long if you do make it.
Yeah, there's ways to work out. So you can obviously just do your normal exercise, go to the gym, do a bit of strength training, get that good physique. So people are going to see you and think, yeah, he's got a fairly good reputation. He's a disciplined bloke, wants to get cracking. So that's obviously one benefit. But obviously, like Carl said, there's multiple cognitive benefits that are going to help progress you in work and just general thinking. But I think one of the great ones as well is all that discipline and just the
Yeah.
mental resilience and the fucking. If you train just in a nice warm gym every day, that's good. It's good discipline. There's one thing ticked. However, a lot of people just get comfortable, keep doing that, and I don't know, go like 3 times a week to the gym and think that's like, ooh, push myself in the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of the time, if you want to progress your fitness, you want to, or your mindset round fitness, then you're going to need to get in conditions that are going to make you feel uncomfortable, such as running out in the cold. Just being out in the cold in general is going to
Yep.
do you, and getting wet, raining, having to go out. So all of this is just going to mold you into a better person. And it sounds stupid because it's just, oh, just go and run in the rain. It's
Yep.
fucking nothing. But who do you know that does that? And two, the people that you do know that does that, what's their life like? Better than yours or not? I reckon it's going to be
Probably.
fucking better.
Probably, especially in the future if it's not already.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all about doing the things that you don't want to do. No one wants to get up at 5, 6 in the morning and go on a run or bang out loads of push-ups. Like no one wants to do that. But the people that do that look at their habits and look at their general life path, and is it good? Probably.
Yeah, that sedentary lifestyle as well. That's a killer. That's really hard as well, especially if you're working a lot of hours. Because people get home from work, oh, I can't be asked. I can't go to the gym.
Yeah.
I ain't got time. I've got to go cook dinner. Whilst your dinner's cooking in the oven, you've got 20 minutes just to bang out as much push-ups
Yeah.
as you can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do that.
Yeah, or whether you like computers loading or
Yeah.
an email sending or fucking anything.
Yeah.
Any little break, like rather than just sitting there fucking monging it, get up, do push-ups, do whatever.
Exactly. Like you have 3 meals a day. When you're like, I don't know, cooking a steak or something, start banging out push-ups.
Yeah.
It's like it's simple, easy,
Yeah.
easy way, and it might sound a bit crazy. And obviously, if you're in like, I don't know, a very public kitchen, probably wouldn't do it. But it's beneficial. It's going to help you a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it's not, exercise doesn't have to be going to the gym and lifting weights. I'm obviously not a big bloke, but I exercise very regularly. I literally just do bodyweight exercises, running, martial arts. Anything that actually gets your heart going is exercise and counts as discipline. So, number 3, watch YouTube, not TikTok. Now, do I mean this in a literal sense of, switch off TikTok and go to YouTube Shorts? Obviously not. But what I do mean is switch off this short form fucking bullshit and substitute it for actual long form educational content that will teach you something rather than monging out watching fucking memes on TikTok and fucking girls twerking and shit like this. Switch on YouTube, a podcast that will help you with business, success, getting a better fucking life, which, well, if you're watching this, then you're already doing. So, but just keep that habit.
Yeah, most of the time people don't realize if you put a long form content in the background, like TV, say if you've got the TV in the background, that's going to be slowly just wiring your brain. It's just going to be going through your brain, and you're going to know some facts in like a few weeks, and you're like, where the fuck did I hear that from? And it would have been from background information. So yes, it might not go in straight away, but if you do have background YouTube channels or educational videos or anything you're interested in, I know you listen to a lot of history podcasts.
Yeah.
Anything doesn't have to be business related, fitness related, just anything,
Just
in the background,
Yeah.
long form, and it just keeps you distracted from TikTok. So you can't really listen to both at once, but you can do work and listen to long form.
Yeah.
So it's brilliant.
Yeah. Not just that, but so I used to do a driving job, and everyone would be like, "Oh, that's sick! You get to drive about by yourself, listen to music all day." But I didn't used to listen to music all day. I listened to podcasts all day, and it would be educational podcasts, mostly history. And you might think, "Oh, but history's like irrelevant to what you do and shit like that." But it just gets your brain working. Like I can just remember like random shit, and it will only train my brain to actually be able to remember more random shit about business and things that are actually useful for my life. So yes, it is random knowledge, but pick something that you enjoy that's educational and somewhat beneficial to you, and you'll be laughing.
Exactly, and along with that, because obviously Cole would start blurring out some facts, being, oh yeah, I know, learned this and this. Just say some random shit, and I would find that interesting, and then I would then want to progress that route, so of like history. So then I'll start researching. I'll start watching some videos or listening to podcasts like Cole, and then we'll both know the information, and then we'll be able to discuss it. And it sounds boring, like, oh, just talk about history.
Yeah.
But when you know it in that much depth, you can kind of have a debate on the actual situation. And this may not be the best thing, but it's better than chatting about, oh, necked off with this chick last week. Oh, well, it's better than that.
Yeah.
It's actually like intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
So if you do learn stuff and talk to others, they can learn it. They can both understand the situation and then evolve down the same conversation path together.
Yeah. And then therefore improving your communication skills.
Exactly.
Because you're practicing communicating basically.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Instead of just, oh, you see that TikTok I sent you? Yeah, it's good that.
And it solidifies information as well. So yeah, instead of sending your mate a little funny TikTok of like some spastic dancing, send them a fucking history podcast and say, like, bang out a fact or something and be like, yeah, Dick, do you know that? Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll probably watch it and then you'll have a nice chat.
Yeah. Like we all love music as much as the next man, but
Yeah.
sometimes it is just useful to stick on a podcast and
100%.
substitute that for music. Like while you're doing cooking, tidying away, whatever the fuck you're doing, just bang on a podcast.
Plus with music as well, kind of like with your emotional state, it kind of fluctuates a little bit. So obviously you get a good tune on, you're like, come on, do a lot of work, and then you start getting tired, like, oh shit, maybe a slow tune comes on, you start getting tired, all of that. Whereas podcasts, it's just consistent. It's like consistent, just information, and it's not like fluctuating your energy levels, so you can actually focus. Well, I find that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So switch short form for long form educational content. Number 4, start working early in the morning or late at night or both. Either if you have a job and you're trying to get out of that job, the only way you're going to be able to do that is by working outside of that job. And that's just how it is. You can't just wait for the fucking weekend and just work for a few hours and be like, yeah, I've done all I can, because no, you fucking haven't. You need to be working every second of the day to get out of that situation if you're actually that unhappy about it. And getting up early before your job will obviously give you that time to be able to work before you go to work, or coming home and doing it then and having the fucking discipline to actually sit there and do that rather than monging out watching Netflix, TikTok, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, no, so that's a good point. Science obviously says get up early, do your work in the morning, get it done, because that's when you're going to absorb it the best because you're fresh. But do what you want, really, I'd say, because I do it at night. I get up like 8 o'clock most days, or 7, 8, because I normally work till quite late in the evenings. So do what works for you, but definitely you got to do it. And especially at the beginning, if you're in the early stages, you want to progress, like Kyle said, down your business path. You've got to just bite the bullet, mate, and just stay up a few hours. And the reason I like doing it in the afternoon is because I often come back from my shit little job and I'll be fuming that is what life was.
Yeah.
Just work, home, get up in 12 hours and go to work, and it's like, what's the point in this? So
there is no point in that.
So I was normally quite, pissed off, and that motivated me in the afternoons just to sesh out work.
Yep.
And that lasted for like 5-6 hours every single day. Well, minimum 5-6 hours every day after work.
Yep.
Whereas if you're in the morning, you're kind of quite happy, just woken up, like, yep, fucking shit day ahead, whatever.
Yeah.
So do what works best for you, but definitely you've got to do one of them. You've got to pick.
Yeah, it's all about time management. Obviously, you've got to find the time somewhere, rather that be before your shitty job or after your shitty job. It doesn't matter. Just get it done.
Yeah, or during your shitty job, like you said.
Yeah.
Exactly. So do any of them.
On that point as well, actually, during your job, if you have a fucking 9 to 5 and you're on a wage and you work for a big corporation, there's no real reason why you should be working your arse off in that job. You're getting paid a wage, you're working for a big company like Tesco's or whatever they're doing. Hide out in the toilet, use your break, overuse your break, whatever the fuck you're doing, like cheat the system any way you can and just work. But like, don't just do it to be a lazy cunt and chin it off, go on TikTok in the toilet. Do something on your phone, like work online or whatever they're doing. But all the time you can get, use it.
Yeah, because obviously you don't want to lose too much sleep, because obviously sleep's essential for health and correct cognitive function, and you need to be able to perform when you're working, especially if you're on a research phase. You need to like retain that information, and that's going to be very hard if you're on like 2 hours sleep. So don't sacrifice too much sleep. However, if you get a consistent sleep routine, then you're going to have deeper sleep, which is going to be better quality sleep. So therefore, you can have less sleep. So obviously, you can do your research on this, but definitely get a routine. Don't go evening, then afternoon, then evening, and afternoon. Just have it fairly consistent if you can.
Number 5 then. Habit number 5. So have good sex or no sex. Again, do I mean this literally with the same with the YouTube and TikTok thing? No, I don't mean literally enjoy sex or don't. That's not what I fucking mean. What I mean is a lot of people get into the habit of going out on weekends, having these shitty one night stands. They don't even enjoy them. In fact, they most likely regret them. They're just following their fucking instincts and
everyone else. Oh, it's Friday. I'm just gonna go out. That's what you do.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Think of why you do that. Spunk like 100 quid a weekend. Probably trying to chase some chicks.
Yeah.
Just
to shag some fucking 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
and then regret it the next day and fucking chat shit about it.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
So instead of just following your dick and constantly chasing chicks, try obviously the no sex part of just having like a girlfriend or something consistent, rather than going out constantly chasing that new, gold coin. It's pointless doing that. Trying to have something consistent, or just focus on yourself for a little bit. If you haven't got a girlfriend or a missus, just focus on yourself for a little bit and try to progress down that route rather than fucking constantly looking for the next, let's say, short skirt.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's not a literal, have good sex or not. It's more of a stay fucking disciplined and don't chase your dick, or even with other habits like drinking and smoking or whatever, don't chase the fucking simple pleasures that are just gonna fry your brain. You just need to get a fucking grip of your mentality, stay disciplined, and stay away from all that shit, because it's, well, let's be honest, it's poison. Fucking degenerate.
Yeah, fucking poison.
Yep.
So yeah, that was 5, wasn't it?
5 habits of successful men.
Obviously, there's more, because there's not just 5 habits that clearly identify a successful person.
Yep.
But if you're doing these 5, then it's a good start. Obviously, keep working on other shit. Yeah, if you haven't got these 5, try to tick them off.
Yeah.
Tick them off as quick as you can, and then start looking at other ways to progress.
Yep. In fact, there's no reason why you can't tick them off after clicking off the video. There's zero reason. They're all pretty simple to adjust to. So yeah, I think they're 5 instant adjustments you can make to at least take the right steps to become successful.
Exactly.